Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here. In addition to my normal everyday video that goes up, doing a rant because, my god, I just need to rant. Okay, so, over at Rainfall, one of my coworkers did an opinion piece about Phil Fish. If you haven't heard about what's going on, Phil Fish is the guy who made Fez. He's also famous for being batshit crazy. He is a product of the internet. He is out of his mind. He will say whatever just comes to mind with no filter and no thought as to possible consequences in terms of, PR, sales, anything like that. He just says what comes to mind and he feels that his opinion is fact. And, I don't agree with Phil Fish on pretty much anything. Like, he was in the documentary Indie Game. The whole situation between him and his former partner, it's a huge mess. But this time, Phil decides to talk about how people who post videos on YouTube are pirates. Okay. Your reasoning? Well, if someone uploads, an entire movie onto YouTube, that's piracy. That's duplicating it and sending it out for free. Okay. Phil, there's one problem. Movies aren't games. End of fucking story. I'm sorry that I'm, this wound up over it, but I've tried to have, legitimate, rational, sane conversations with people about this, and it just isn't happening. Games are not movies. If you are that much of an idiot to assume that a static entertainment medium, such as a book, a movie, television, music, are the exact same thing as a game, you need to go back to school and learn just the basics of, interactivity. If I take a game, post it online, which I do, I'm a Let's Player, that doesn't mean my videos make it so that you know exactly how to play the game. It gives you an idea. That's it. If you are a younger sibling, which I am, I have an older brother. Don't talk about it a lot, but I have an older brother. Great guy, love him to death, family. But when we were growing up, we hated each other. We just did not get along. And gaming was, one of those things that we fought over, because if it was a one-player game, I had to wait my turn. And as a younger sibling, I can attest, sitting here watching someone play a game is not the same rewarding experience as playing the game myself. Watching a movie is the same as if I watch a movie on YouTube, it's the same as watching a movie anywhere else, because it's watching a movie. I have no interaction with this whatsoever. Period. No interaction. But a game, I have to play. I can watch someone else play it, but it's not the same as me playing it. I've watched people play Let's Plays of all sorts of games. Super Mario Sunshine on Game Grumps. I have never played Super Mario Sunshine. Never. I've never played it. Does that give... Oh, it ruins the story. Who cares? If you are in the game just for the story and not the gameplay experience, read a book. Watch a movie. Because obviously this is a little bit too much for you. But... So I also, there's an article that I was just reading that I will post in the video description that talks about a lot of what I'm feeling. And I rant about this because like I said, I've been talking to someone in the comments of this, and people want to talk about, oh, it's copyright infringement, it's stealing. No, the fuck it's not. Period. It's not. Because no one has gone to court over this shit yet. No one. I am probably one of the closest that has been affected by this sort of thing, having my channel shut down by Sega, but I've not gone to court over it. No game. I have not found any information anywhere about any company actually taking someone to court over this. Because what would happen if they did? That would be suicide. The headlines would read, "Game Company Sues Fan." It doesn't matter what the details are, it really doesn't even matter the specific legality of it, because that's what people would see, that's the perceived notion. And people are sitting here arguing, oh, it's illegal, it's not illegal. Both sides are fucking wrong, because there is no precedent. There is no legal standing on this, because this is something new. This is something our old archaic laws have no concept on. There is no way that you can completely apply copyright, patent, trademark, or any other laws to Let's Plays, because it is a odd, brand new, and kind of strange new form of media. Because interactive media plus a non-interactive element, you've made something that you can say, oh, it's covered under fair use, oh, it's covered under parody. You can, but no one has. No one has actually gone to court, and there has been no rulings on this. So, legality of it aside, that's the next big thing is the publishers and developers themselves. So many publishers and developers have actually gone on record saying, yes, we would love it if you make videos, and if you want to monetize them, fine. Be our guest. There have been two dissenting opinions on this. Two loud, obnoxious voices saying no. Phil Fish and Nintendo. And Nintendo doesn't even get a pass on this because they started off with a policy of, no, you can upload whatever content you want, but we're going to monetize all of it. We're going to get all of the money from your videos. Less than a year later, they have backtracked on that stance hardcore of, we're working on a way to make it so that, ad sharing. Because if you look at it from, a black and white perspective, if Nintendo claims all of it, and it does happen to fall under fair use, or, a parody, or something along those lines, because, there's a whole lot of laws that, cover things for, educational, informational purposes. There's a lot of things that these laws, could backfire on them, and Nintendo could be sued. That's the definition of gray area, people. Oh my god. Again, I'm sorry to, the lot of you who are on the same side that I am, just watching both sides of this argument, and watching the armchair lawyers, the people who are arguing, oh, well, you're... Specifically, the most recent comment that just fried my brain is, I posted the EULA from Ubisoft, stating that you can upload videos of Ubisoft and you can monetize the content on YouTube. There's a thing about commercial use, and there's a thing about it only relates to Ubisoft assets. So if they licensed a song that's not, if Ubisoft, did a song from had a song from Black Sabbath in their game, doesn't count. Like Grand Theft Auto is a perfect example of this. Rockstar, you can upload Rockstar content, but the second you turn the radio on and play a song, then it becomes, a bigger issue because you're actually using someone else's that they had to license. But anyway, the EULA specifically states that you can monetize videos. This one person said, oh, well, it says non-commercial, so the second you put ads on it. No, read 3 lines down. It says you can monetize on YouTube. Period. End of story. The commercial thing that they're talking about is if I wanted to make a video, so this video that I'm making now, if I want to sell it to, like, IGN, I can't, because it's just me ranting. But if it's, the fact that I've got a giant Zelda poster in the back, maybe I can't, because there's a giant Zelda poster as an advertisement. Maybe Nintendo won't. No. That's what the non-commercial states. And I'm so bloody tired of the back and forth. I don't care if you like Let's Plays or not. If you don't like them, don't watch them. If you do like them, watch them. Make them. Whatever. But don't sit here and pretend to spout the information on a legal document that you know nothing about when it specifically says several lines, this is okay. So many publishers and developers have said this is okay. If it were actually copyright infringement, that would not be a thing. They would say no. But it's not, because no one's actually gone to court over it, so it's not actually copyright infringement yet. It could be, one day, but the fact that Ubisoft, Valve, all these, large companies have said, sure, go ahead. It's fine. We're fine with that. if they, back on that work now, anything new would be falling, but anything old, we had this document to back it up. So this is the way it is right now. It's not illegal, but it kind of is legal, but it's not. And that's all that matters, is that it's not. It's leaning far enough to the side of it's not illegal because these companies are giving permission. If the company doesn't want to give permission, fine. That's on them. Nintendo has stated this. But let's stop and think for 1 second. Why would they backpedal on that? Well, let's go back a little further. Why would companies endorse this? Because it's free fucking advertising. And people say, oh, it's even if you're a terrible Let's Player or all you're doing is bashing the game, it does not matter. It's free advertising. If you go onto YouTube and search whatever the newest game is, I guarantee you there's going to be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of search results. Because everyone wants to be the first on it because they want to be the next big thing. Well, do you know what that means? It means all those people went out and bought this game. In theory. There are actual pirates, but let's just stick to the base generalization of these people went out and bought this game. Mario Kart 8, for example. I went out and bought Mario Kart 8. I want to be one of the first people on YouTube to have Mario Kart 8 videos. I go out and buy it just so I can be the first, in line. Do everything I can to get that game first. Well, I've bought the game, and now, I'm playing it on YouTube, which means, I'm increasing the number of search results by at least one for Mario Kart 8, which, that's an internet footprint. That exists. That'll show up on Google, that'll show up on SEO ratings, that'll show up on other sites that link to it. It shows up. Like, I've Googled my channel, and I have seen my sites on, or my videos on all of these other random sites that basically just link to the YouTube player. So this is what happens. It increases your word of mouth on the internet. It's free marketing. It's marketing they don't have to pay for directly. Because what I've done as a Let's Player is I've made an infomercial with commercials. Why would anyone want to try to stop that? That's money for everyone. That's money for me because I get money off of the ads that are placed on my videos. Those people who are putting the ads on my videos are making money because that's how ads work. It's advertisement. They're making money because of increased sales. And the fact that my videos, even though, I'm not a huge YouTuber, my videos go out to people. Might encourage those people to buy a new game. In the article that I mentioned, there are several developers that sit here and say the impact of YouTube is greater than any other site that mentions their game. Think about that for just a second. Just take a second to think. If it has that big of an impact on sales, why would you want to stop that? And that's, my reasoning to why Nintendo, did a 180 on this. Not a complete 180, but, at least trying to split the deal of they could be sued if it does fall under, an existing legal statute, if someone were to take it to court. Or it's hurt their bottom line. So, while Phil Fish can sit here and yell whatever the hell he wants, and people can sit here and yell whatever the hell they want, unless you are a lawyer, and unless you are actually representing either a game developer or a Let's Player in a court of law, it really doesn't matter what your opinion is. Until a judge rules on it, this is how it is. And the fact that the vast majority of game developers see this as a good thing, YouTubers see this as a good thing, it's a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship. Everyone gets something out of it. Clogging it up with licensing rights or trying to redistribute fees and things like that is just BS. Trying to make a new form of medium conform to old, outdated laws gets you nowhere. But we can't make new laws because we're just gamers on the internet. We can't stand against, you know, giant corporations that are allowing us to do this. So that's really my argument. If people want to continue arguing about it, that's fine. I've on the opinion piece, I've specifically stated I'm done, because I just can only take so much of this, of people going around in circular arguments of it's stealing, it's piracy. Piracy is duplicating and selling. Not duplicating a game because you're not playing a game. The interaction is a key factor here. Derivative works is a key factor. You've got too many variables in this to state conclusively one way or another. Unless you're a judge. Unless you're a judge that is having to preside over this case. And unless you have lawyers presenting actual fact-filled arguments. That's really all there is to it. So, that's my rant, because I got nothing else other than just stop. The Phil Fishes, the Nintendos, and then the people on the other side who like to just bash on Let's Plays or, you know, anything because it's, you know, hip or whatever. Shut your damn mouths. Just shut it. If you don't want the advertising, if you don't want the marketing, pull all of your crap off of YouTube. Pull it. But if you want people to actually write and review and discuss your stuff, if people have found a way to make a little bit of money off of, you know, spreading word of mouth for your product, just let them have it. That's all there is to it.